I'm filming from Ulverston in the south of Cumbria to show you the kind of problems we have regarding car parking. And I may be having the odd car come past down one street, down the next, all the way to the top, from the top down. And this is on the edge of the town. There's a playground there, and I'm walking down now towards the centre of the town along Stanley Street, which is just coming up now, to show you the kind of problem we have with cars. Ulverston was not built for cars, like many towns, older towns, and in a lot of cases it suffers from narrow streets with people who are trying to find spaces for their cars in front of their houses. Some are so bad that there's only room for one car going up and down the street, even though it's a two-way street. So you get the situation where a car is sighted at one end of the street and has to stop and find somewhere to park because it's got another car coming down from the other end. In one particular street, we've got a bus going down the street, as well as a garage that repairs cars. The bus appears at one end and often cannot get down that street and has to wait until cars move out of the way for it to follow its route. And this is a regular bus service. Now we're approaching the Gill, which is one of the main car parks in the town. Not the only one, there are several. And that is why I'm telling this story. Now we see the Gill coming up, which will no doubt be quite full, because this is Saturday the 20th of June, when we get a lot of people coming into the town to use our shops. And we have a very wide selection of shops, very unusual, some of them, like Smith & Harrison, where you can get dolly pegs and many other items. And here we've got the situation of parking in the Gill. There are a few spaces left, and then some more here, one or two there. Cars all the way round the outside of the Gill. Cars, 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 cars. Get the picture? Here we have a board with the charges South Lakeland District Council want to cost us. Let's see what they want to charge us. It says here up to 1 hour, 90p. Up to 2 hours, £1.60. Up to 3 hours, £2.30, and so on. Maximum stay 2.5, 24 hours. Pretty steep charges. Now let's walk briefly. You see we've got cars behind me waiting to park, looking for a space. On a sunnier day, we'll have even more cars trying to find spaces when there won't be any. And people will be circulating looking for a parking spot. Here's somebody about to pull out. As you see, the story is cars, cars, cars. Now, we walk up this way. This is not public parking, but does get used such much to the annoyance of the residents and the shopkeepers. The factory shop, trying to make clear that this is parking for their factory shop. Now, this is the big mystery. Up these stairs, let's see what we find. And I haven't been up there today, so I don't know what I am going to find. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite revealing. Because this is the story of our town councillors being totally incompetent. The town councillors, the district councillors and our county councillors are just not functioning properly, because here we find we have, surprise surprise, a practically empty car park. Empty spaces, 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 spaces. This is one of them, quite big as you see, and it connects onto another one just up the road here. Now, why am I saying that the councillors are incompetent? Well, one reason is that we had a consultation last year consisting of 3 meetings when Nick Raymond came from the county council to find out what we wanted in the town. And those of us who knew about the car parking problems knew that this car park didn't get used. Why doesn't it get used? Well, one of the main reasons, it does not have any signs in the town indicating that it's here. There is a small sign if you're travelling from Barrow to tell you there's a car park here, but a lot of the people looking for spaces when they come into town go to the Gill. I've talked to people from Broughton, from Barrow, who didn't realise this car park existed. So a massive car park, same charges as down below, and yet visitors to the town do not know it exists. Now, the town depends on a fair extent on tourism, and tourism is very poorly catered for by the town councillors. It has a totally out-of-date website in the form run by South Lakeland District Council, and it doesn't even keep its own town council website up to date. At the moment it's running at least a month behind, maybe more. It hasn't even announced Ulverston in Bloom, which is taking place next weekend. And the councillors were at this consultation meeting with Nick Raymond, having considered our requests for a signpost in the centre of the town to this car park, managed to put it at the bottom of his list, practically at the bottom, at number 17 I think it was, in a list of 20. And his argument was that this would be promoting the use of the car, as I understand it. And getting him to shift this opinion is impossible. We have tried. Now, when I say we, this is not the town councillors. They seem to accept this kind of behaviour from their county civil servants without a murmur. Wendy Colby at that meeting was chairing it, and she kept repeating, in order to hurry on the agenda, leave it to us, and we'll sort it. And this has never got sorted. So we are left with a ridiculous situation of having the town depending on its ability to provide parking for the use of the shops on a Saturday, and yet this car park is empty, and it's like this, as you can imagine. If this is Saturday, you can imagine it's empty throughout the week, and that is so. So something needs to get through to these town councillors. It's not just the town, it's the district and the county as well. and they need to pull their finger out and fight to get common sense back on the agenda, because they are allowing this situation to continue and doing nothing that I'm aware of to rectify it. We have a bunch of spineless councillors who don't take up a fight when it would benefit Ulverston.